Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Elizabeth A. Corshu, and I am the host of Mic'd Up and Unapologetic, as well as the founder and CEO of Nurse Exec Innovations. I am the Chief Wellness and Innovations Officer. Today, we are blessed to have Miss I have a nickname for her. But I won't share that nickname.
Let's not share it.
Okay, I won't share it. But tonight we are blessed to have the phenomenal Dr. Flora Luyando. She
Hello.
is truly a gift to those that will embark, whether it's on the streets of the Bronx, streets of Manhattan, on the cliff in Alaska, whether it's Chile or if it's Ghana, you are going to be blessed by this Boriqua beauty. Yes. She is the founder and the CEO of Flora Healing. She has a wonderful story of how she became inspired about becoming the founder and CEO of Flora Healing. But tonight, the whole purpose of Mic'd Up and Unapologetic is that this is a platform established to speak truth to power. It is where power, purpose, and presence meets the mic. We are going to talk about liberating the body from stored trauma. This is a topic that many people don't like to embark upon. However, it is vital, it is crucial, and it's a necessity in today's time. So, without further ado, I am going to pass the virtual mic over to Flora, and I'm going to let her, in brevity, share with us who she is, what inspired her to establish Flora Healing, and then we're going to jump right into the convo because this is a very, very important topic. So I pass the virtual mic.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you. I appreciate those kind words. My name is Dr. Flora Luyando, a native New Yorker, raised in the South Bronx. And the work actually found me. The work that I've been doing for quite some time is something that's my purpose. And it followed me, and I continued to do the servicing since I was very young and was in dentistry at West Virginia University and then continue on and was a flight attendant for many years and then went on and got my master's in traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture, herbs, and did some other things, esthetician, and so forth. And I combined all that and knowing that Eastern and Western is so important. But furthermore, is in my ancestors. On both sides of my family, we've done a lot of indigenous work that most people are talking about now.
Mhm.
People kept it as hush hush because people thought it was witchery or
Mhm.
fufu, and it's none of that. It's indigenous medicine that comes from our roots, from our lineage. And I
Mhm.
also combine that. We kept it quiet for the respect of our medicine, knowing that we didn't want it to be disrespected. We knew it was medicine, so we kept it quiet for the sake of preserving it. And then about 5 years ago, I asked my parents, and specifically my mother, and asked, is it okay for me to start speaking about the indigenous medicine that we aligned in our family? And she said, yes, are you ready for it? Are you ready for those that may call it something no more than God? And I said, I'm doing God's work and I will, and I am ready to discuss it. Because energy work hasn't always been understood when it is mocked, when you don't see it, most people don't want to believe it. But the
Mhm.
is about feeling. When you feel a difference, there is a major change in your body and transformation. And so
Yes.
for me, combining Eastern and Western medicine has been my life, has been my purpose, and I'm following it and I'm grateful for it.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the insight and inspiration. So, if it's okay, I'd like to just kind of jump right in.
Absolutely.
So, Dr. Leondo, or should I say Dr. Flora? I'll
You
say
can call
Dr.
me Dr. Flora. That's
Okay,
fine.
okay. So, Dr. Flora, what would we say is stored trauma, and what does that actually mean?
Mm.
In the body from a clinical and from an energetic, you just mentioned energy earlier, and from an energetic perspective, what does that look like?
Well, clinically, on the Western term, you
Mm,
have parasympathetic nerve, and then you have the sympathetic nerve. The
mm,
sympathetic is always on the fight and
mm,
that
yes.
the you run, you pause, you fear, and it's mainly survival.
Mm-hmm,
Most
mm-hmm,
people, even after COVID, have been more in survival than fear.
mm,
And then the parasympathetic is, I like to call the P for pause, to reset. That is more of the calming. That is the vagus nerve that
mm,
aligns from the top of the area of the tongue and goes all the way to the center of your stomach, all the way down to the root of your tail spine. That nerve is one of the longest nerves that can help calm and reset your body without tension.
yes.
Is the difference. That's the
Mm-hmm,
term in Western medicine. So when I speak on the area of Eastern, these are what we call chakras. We have
mm,
chakras, and in the certain areas, you have the sacral area where people say, I'm not rooted, because
mm,
root is the area of the tip of your sacral bone, or
okay.
where your private areas are, right? And
Mm,
then up, there's another chakra area where
mm,
you have the sacral, and the further up, you have your heart chakra, and then you
okay.
have your third eye, but that's where the pineal gland is.
Yes.
So there's just different terms, and most people more know about the Western. But it's
Okay.
all about removing the blockage of both, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And in the difference in Western, they
Hmm.
compartmentalize it, where
Yeah.
East, we look at it as a whole system.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you for enlightening us with that. So, as a practitioner, how do you explain when someone that has trauma isn't just psychological, it's also physiological? Can you
Mm,
elaborate on that part?
absolutely. Talking is not always the case with just therapy. I think it's
Mm,
one of a modality, and that's why
okay.
I and Western combination is amazing and that you have options. But
Mm,
people think that, oh, I'll talk it out either through a friend or through
mm,
therapy. It's not.
mhm,
It's due to the fact that's only one part of the body. So it's in your mind and
mhm,
it's not attached to your heart, or it's attached to your heart and your mind, but you're disconnected to your body. And this
mm,
somatic therapy comes about. This is when somatic massage or somatic acupuncture comes about. It comes into the nervous system. It goes deeper into the nervous system, removing that through the nervous system of the parasympathetic third or the sympathetic nerve,
mhm, mhm.
but mainly the parasympathetic, the vagus, which can reset you to pause and calm. Acupuncture and somatic therapy or Reiki energy can do things like that,
So,
along with herbs.
so what I'm hearing mostly is that it's the nervous system functioning like haywire, and we need to hit the reset button to relax it and calm it back down.
Correct. And the methods of resetting needs deeper than just saying, hey, I'm going to work out or I'm just going to
Mm,
about it. You need a supplement. You need needles like acupuncture. You need herbal medicine. You
mm,
also need to understand that what happens to the sympathetic is that you're always on survival mode.
mm.
And so there's tension in your neck,
Yes.
clenching your jaws. Most people are walking with autoimmune disorders because it's in their nervous system,
Mhm,
no longer being helped by pharmaceutical medicine or by mental therapy, which is just one modality, but that's not
mhm,
enough. And that's why people sometimes feel This state is a state of disease when you're no longer in ease. And that's
Yes.
it, that is spoken in Eastern medicine.
So then there are people that'll say stuff like, ah, that happened years ago. I'm over it. But it's still physiologically still in their body. They're still, as you shared, they're they're displaying symptoms of chronic illness, or they're displaying muscle tightness or clenching of the jaw. So, when someone says, just says, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It's not there anymore. It's years ago." How do you approach a patient that might have came in for a consultation and kind of like just brushes it off and says that? How would you respond in that regards?
I'm going to give an example.
Hmm.
When a particular patient that you're specifically speaking about
Mm.
acts and triggers the same story over and over again. That's one example
Mhm.
because it's stuck in their nervous system and now they're reliving it again. So it's
Mhm.
no longer in their mental anymore. They spoke about it, but it's not in a parasympathetic pause. It's in a reset. They're surviving, right? And so now they're reacting and being triggered.
Mhm.
That's one example. Or
Okay.
someone that's constantly irritable,
Mm.
someone that's constantly very argumentative.
Mm.
At times, they're like, I'm trying to solve the issue. It's because
Yeah. My. Okay. Yeah, she's back.
hey,
There you are, you're back. Technology. Okay. So you were saying that it's stuck in them, and then go ahead.
correct, is stuck
Mhm.
in their nervous system.
Mhm.
So I gave you examples. They react, constantly want to be very argumentative, um, reacting to triggers that relive the issue. So, for example, if
Mhm.
someone's in domestic violence, have been in domestic violence, now they're dating someone that is a very um, controlling person, not
Mm.
open-minded, it may trigger them to react in a way that they're more in the fight and flee because it's stuck in their DNA.
Yes.
So that is why it's so important when you see someone that's constantly doing something or reliving it, it's because it can be helped, but they have to work on the parasympathetic nerve, and that's somatic. And that's when acupuncture itself helps so much. A somatic massage, like I do, helps because it transforms it and now connects the mind and the nervous system together to align.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, wow, wow. That's really deep. That's really deep, and I really appreciate. So, my next question to you is, how does the nervous system store stress? What does that look like? And what are the signs that shows that someone is actually living in survival mode? Can you give an example,
Okay.
a little bit more deeper as to maybe who's watching, trying to understand, wants to have a better understanding?
Absolutely. When you see a combination of, again, I'll be very repetitive because it's a very simple form of diagnosis. They react to everything without um, a pause. It's more of argumentative. Like they're very fearful at one point that they're ready to run, and they're breathing very shallow,
Mm.
or breathing very on a constant basis. It's not just simple stress that we everyday live like. They're in constant jerking motions. Maybe an ambulance goes by and they're constantly jumping and turning because they're in that survival mode. Another
Mm.
example is this person is always ready to fight,
Mhm.
ready to fight. Not taking constructive criticism lightly,
Mm.
is taking a defense. And at times, people may think that this person is just so hard to be around. Yet, possibility can be it's stuck in their DNA and they need somatic release. And that
Mm.
puncture and um, herbal therapy comes along with a combination of Western medicine. That is
Okay.
Western and Eastern does amazing work together.
So as you were sharing that, the first thing I was thinking that they're just like in a whole, all due respect to Muhammad Ali, but they're just ready to box somebody out. They're ready to knock somebody out. They're just always ready to pop off from in other words, right? They're ready to, like LL Cool J said, Mama said knock you out. They're literally ready to knock somebody out, and with any little thing will trigger them. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes,
Okay.
because their parasympathetic is so irate, or sympathetic nerve is so
Mm,
slow. It can go either way. So another example is someone that goes from high to low,
okay.
right? And they're 1 minute, literally in 1 minute, they're
Mm,
right. It's like I call it like the Joker, and then the next
yes.
minute, they're so low. It's not relaxed. They're depressed. They have brain fogginess. They can't even think where they were just 5 minutes ago,
Mm,
or
wow.
they don't know
Okay.
the sentence because they're so, and now they're so low they don't even
Okay.
know where they're at. I hope those are
Good.
great
No,
examples.
no, no. They're very clear. They're very clear. Someone just I just showed it on the screen. Kendall 2010 had just said very good information. Um she said it, he or she said it was very good information. So I just wanted to share that. But I wanted to know, can you help us understand the difference between mental healing and somatic liberation?
Mm. Before I answer that question, I want to go back to the last question because it's very important.
Go
Also,
ahead.
if someone is very withdrawal, like, it's not a time that they want alone time for health reasons because
Mhm.
everyone needs a pause.
Mhm.
They're constantly wanting to be alone and they can't be around people. That's another form of somatic and mental disharmony.
Okay.
I wanted to
All
add
right.
that.
Okay. So you already answered that one. Okay, great.
Mhm.
So now I know this is a part that you and I both love, which we're about to embark on, the ancestral and the generational layers, right? So there's more and more now increasing conversation about trauma. Hallelujah. Finally, right? So, from your experience, how does inherited stress show up physically?
Inherited stress can come from three different types. One is through the DNA that is attached by your parents,
Mm,
okay? And that is factual. So many people know on the Western side, if you have an alcoholic parent, that alcohol gene can pass through the child. It's a fact. So now they're showing that emotional disharmony can also come through that. You also
mhm,
the other one where it goes through your mother.
mm,
So if your mother is in a very distable for 9 months,
hmm.
go through the utero of
Okay.
the child. Thirdly, the other one can be just environmental. Being bullied, being in a state where being around domestic violence, or being around in school and someone's just constantly bullying them and edging them and not feeling safe.
Hmm.
Those are examples that can cause that. So externally, through the mother passing, or through
Mhm.
DNA through both parents.
Okay.
That's
Wow.
ancestral. And I
That,
do for that too, to release that as well.
okay. Okay. Huh,
And that's a
that's
ceremony.
deep.
It's about 4 or 5 hours,
Mm,
and it has proven to have helped. I have so
mhm,
many testimonials on that, and I'm glad that you asked that question because at one point in my
hmm,
I kept it private for those that wanted to do it, and I didn't speak out and tell the world because at one time people weren't ready for that. They'll call it foo-foo, but it is something that both sides of my family was able to show me that I can now perform for my patients, and people have been able to live a better life once that's ancestral has been removed out of their body. It
You
is
know,
nice.
I applaud you for all your work. You've been doing it for quite some time. And I think I even shared with you at some point in time early on in my nursing. I was in nursing school at the time, and holistic nursing was being introduced in the early 90s.
Mhm.
And like you just said, it wasn't well received in the beginning. But I will say I think with the evolution of the pandemic, people are really seeking various alternatives of modalities. So I'm pretty sure you're going to get more and more people reaching out to you for those types of therapies. So now let's technical issues. What are we going to do? She'll be right back. I'm pretty sure she'll log back on. Mhm. Yeah. How are
Oh, good.
you?
Technology.
You know,
It always happens with us. I don't know why.
with you, I've had 6 other podcasts strong. I had no technology issue,
But
but
the show always continues with us. We'll make
it
it.
always continues, and I guess it must be some really good stuff we're about to share because whenever um oh, somebody, thank you, Richard Cox. Richard wanted to make sure we stay on track. He said, he said, you stated that the ancestral stress refers to trauma passed down, and it often starts with individual trauma. What percentage of U.S. adults do you believe experienced at least one traumatic
Mm,
experience?
that's a
Yeah.
good question. Hi, Richard. He always has great questions. To answer that, that's hard to say percentage wise.
Mm,
Because I don't have the statistics in front of me. I only can go by my experience in my office. And
hmm
when I say 1 out of 10 families have it
hmm
through my experience.
Okay.
And that's how I would say it. And I believe during COVID and after COVID, it has increased because there has been, like I said, the trauma that brings out
hmm
that was external, but it became mental when you had to stay indoors, right? And you were in control and not controlling your own self, which thirdly caused fear, which is causing the imbalance of high and low. So I believe that percentage is higher even after COVID. And it may be more than one person in the family now. That's
Oh,
why the divorce rate became really high.
oh,
Domestic violence
oh
increased.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody was in one area in control and truly showing that they were in the state of disease.
Oh yeah. And by the way, you just helped me to remember in the book Beyond the Vision, that a lot of that is talked about how a lot of people were seeking normalcy and how to really manage the imbalances. So thank you for that. So I believe the question we were leaning into was about high professionals, high achievers. So if you have those that are high achievers that are working 80 hours, 120 hours a week, that are not really eating proper, well balanced. When I say proper, well balanced diet, eating their vegetables, getting enough protein, enough water, exercise, rest is very important. So how does the chronic workplace stress uh, have stored trauma? How do they store up that trauma?
Well, keep in mind, we all could be stressed for a little bit. But when stress and trauma are two different things. Stress, we all get a little imbalanced. Trauma
Mm-hmm,
comes when it's stuck in your sympathetic and you're constantly on flight, right? Or you're in the high, extreme high, constantly overworking yourself,
mm-hmm,
irritable, to now you're so low that you don't even have the energy to pick yourself up. You're
mm-hmm.
withdrawing. So those are the answers that are that example to answer that. That's
Okay.
straightforward. Overachievers are doing too much. We're not allowing ourselves to reset. We
Mm,
need the simplicity of life again. And I think it was a blessing in disguise to speak on COVID due to the fact for some, it didn't affect it. It actually reset their parasympathetic because they were able to pause. They were able to be aware. They were able to eat better and they slowed down.
yes. Mm-hmm,
That's the key. Eating colorful foods. There
mm-hmm.
are children just today, this morning, when I knew I was going to do this show, there was an awareness. There's a difference between learning and aware. When you learn and are aware and then change your mindset, that is healing. That is somatic therapy. Because you can retrain yourself when you do the work and have people to help assist you, like myself, and you as a nurse that is a holistic nurse that can combine Western and Eastern together.
Yes, yes.
That's the difference,
Mm-hmm,
a
mm-hmm,
major difference. Higher overachievers are doing too much. And we can also say, when I was on the train this morning in New York, I saw a parent with a child that once was over obese, very hyper, and the mother was actually giving her child ice cream shake, tons of sugar. So, diet and nutrition is very important.
mm-hmm.
Meal how we start our child. So that child may be misdiagnosed saying that this child is ADD, but maybe not. Maybe it's because of the meals that are happening in the mornings and not exercising, or the simple things of just playing outside,
Yes.
getting fresh air, taking a pause on technology, because
Yeah.
it's a proven fact now that even technology is a quick, you're hitting the button and the light of the iPhone or the iPad gives you that reaction. So
Mm,
now your parasympathetic, your pineal gland is hyperreactive. You're starting your day constantly. And that's why I tell even adults to take a pause. First thing you should get up in the morning is to stretch, move, eat before you even touch your technology. Take a
mm.
shower so that you can reset. These
Yes.
are important skills to redo.
Correct, correct. So then moving into, thank you for all of that, by the way. So moving into modalities of practice, like you offer various things, but I'm just going to, because of the consistent concerns of time right now, I'm just going to touch upon others, but at the end you can definitely share how they can best reach you. But I know that you specialize in acupuncture, Reiki, somatic restoration, which these all help release stored trauma, right? So if you were to pick one, because there's way too many for us to go into, pick one that is really the hot and popular topic that everybody seeks you out for.
There's actually two, is pretty much even, is acupuncture and somatic therapy.
Okay.
I do a combination of both.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you. And now we're going to move into emotional and spiritual depth, right? Because that's really, really big. You've touched upon it in previous questions as well, but I'm going to lean in a little bit deeper. So, as both as a healer and a spiritual guide, how important is the practitioner's ability to regulate and facilitate healing?
100%. First of all, it's a give and receive
Mm,
for both. For
okay.
me, I am the student and the teacher. I
Okay.
feel that it is important for the patient to trust you, to trust
Hmm.
the practitioner, but also they themselves have to be motivated to take the, I give homework to my patients.
Okay.
Because when I'm not around, these tools are going to help assist them so that they can move forward with their everyday skills. So it's a teamwork involved.
Okay.
I truly believe that's one of the main keys in one of my transformation is that I see, I hear, I listen, and I
Mm,
help assist the patient.
okay. Okay. That's powerful because some people just like to prescribe
Mm.
and just, move on. But it sounds like it's a partnership.
Absolutely. So it's 100% both. And the practitioner for me, it's important to take care of yourself as well. If
Mm,
I'm asking my patient to do certain things, then
mhm.
me myself have a representative. If I don't represent myself in doing that, then to me that doesn't make sense. A healer has to take care of themselves so that they can move forward and take care of others. Just like the flight attendant saying, you got to put your mask on first
Yeah.
before you assist others.
Mhm.
Well, that's the second part of me feeling that what makes the healing go faster is because the practitioner is taking care of themselves as well.
Now, in regards to the the healing role, how does compassion play a role in your patients feeling safe, feeling that they can trust you with the trauma work?
Number one, listen. I feel like it's important to listen to what they're saying. And
Mhm,
not like you said earlier, you're going down a list and saying, check, check, check.
mhm,
Listen, eye contact, um,
mhm,
ask them questions
mhm.
for permission. Can I
Yeah,
touch you here? May
yes.
I be able to take this further? Are you willing to take herbs? And also guide them.
Mhm,
The
mhm.
trust is so important, but I believe the compassion goes by respect. Respect everyone that comes into that room. as you respect yourself.
Yes, yes, yes. And then what does it mean to you? If we were to say, what does it mean to Flora to liberate the body? I mean, I've already know pretty much probably what your answer will be, but for the purpose of those that are watching, what does it mean to
Mm.
Flora to liberate liberation,
Sí, libertar.
the liberation of your body?
Mm. When you combine Western and Eastern together, that's one, because you have options. Two,
Mhm,
trust in yourself, the right practitioner, and the
mm,
practitioner understanding their role.
mhm, mhm.
Practitioner. Also, not every patient is the same. Treat individuals as individuals in each case,
Okay.
or you have to really like what you do. And when you like it, it'll come easy to love it. And so
Can you say that part again? Because
you
I
got to like what you do. And when you like what you do, you love what you do. You find
yes,
purpose. And it's
yeah,
okay when you find something that you don't like, move on to something else so that you don't make someone else miserable. And for me, I must say, I love what I do. I found my purpose. And when you can find your purpose, everything flows.
yes, 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 yes.
So
Um,
that's what libertation is. It's freedom, doing what you do, loving what you do, and waking up without thinking it's work.
I'm going to share this one question
That's
from
freedom.
Richard, and then I have a rapid. I usually like to close out with a rapid fire session, but there is a question from Richard. In your view, the goal of acupuncture to erase the history held in the body or to help the patient write a different story with that same energy?
What's the question? I'm not understanding it quite.
I don't know if it's a statement. It looks like part of it looks like there's a statement, and at the end, it looks like there's a question at the end. But maybe it's not a question. Maybe he's just sharing. But I'm going to go into, for the essence of time, I'm going to go into the rapid response round. These are not questions that you've seen before. So the first, I'm going to ask you a question, and the first thing that comes to mind, one word, you just say it. You can't take it back. It's just you just go.
All right.
So stored trauma in one word.
Distate.
Survival mode feels like
Unease.
the body never lies about.
Truth.
First place stress shows up in the body.
Jawline.
Mm. One sign someone is emotionally dysregulated.
Repeat that again, please.
One sign where someone is emotionally dysregulated.
Constantly want to fight, very argumentative.
Oh, okay. Most misunderstood truth about trauma.
It's their fault.
Breath or movement, which is more powerful?
Both. You can breathe and move at the same time. That's what you call connection and alignment. It's both. You got to breathe while you walk, you got to move, and you got to play. You got to be playful, whether young or old. Let's move and breathe and dance. Keep you young.
All right. So, acupuncture teaches us that healing is
A constant way of living with consistency, peace, love, and accountability.
generational trauma is
Something that can be changed
okay. Healing begins when?
within yourself.
Okay. What emotion does most people suppress?
Fear.
Mm. And one habit that keeps people stuck in survival mode. Ah, I got her. I got her.
I was about to answer. Reliving the same thing, repeating the same thing, constantly repeating something that keeps you in low vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you constantly repeat it, you're reliving it again. And your body now is somatically doing it over again. And you're like, why can't I change this? Because you have not changed your mind, heart, spirit, connection.
Okay. Okay. One myth about being strong, because we hear that a lot of times. Strong.
If you cry, you're not strong. No, that's emotional release.
Yes. Now, somatic healing is not about.
It's not about fake moves.
Ooh, woo-hoo, say it again. Say it again.
Fake moves or fake moods. You can't argue with the autonomic system or the parasympatics. That is facts. It's a vagus nerve, the pineal gland.
Can I even continue?
Continue. I love it. People want more. And you're part of the divine nine.
Okay. Okay. So where was I? Hold on. Let me reset. All right. The nervous system needs blank to reset.
Love. I think love is always the answer. Find something you either love, like dancing, music. Find someone that loves to do what you love to do,
Mm.
or try something new and you may find out that you may love it. But love to me is the ultimate gift of life, the ultimate resolution for everything. I'm down with Benito, always have been. Amor es el número uno para la salud.
Okay. Now, liberation feels like
Joy.
if trauma had a voice, it would say,
Nothing, because they're hiding.
mm. The first step toward release is
Being, taking action, saying, I need help, ask for help.
healing your body changes your blank the most.
Ooh, I'm going to keep it 100. Your sexual being, because that's part of life.
Okay.
It brings more joy to that too, sexually. And that's important. That's a way of life.
Okay. Okay,
The
Doc.
birds and the bees.
Okay, Dr.
That
Flora.
makes honey, baby. Let's make honey. Honey.
Honey love. Anyway, um, a patient in pain needs more blank than we realize.
More understanding, more compassion, more patience.
Compassion is blank.
Is endless.
When the body releases trauma, you can see.
You can actually a difference in their reaction of their face. They're no longer holding sad frown lines. They're smiling more. Their posture is different. They got a pep to their walk.
You can see tears.
Absolutely. And the tears of joy. Absolutely.
Generational healing requires
Work, because it's not easy. But once you hit that other part of the mountain, is like, whoo, hallelujah. And you get to the next mountain and the next mountain. Before you know it, woof. I've seen it in my patients' testimonials. Those 6-hour ceremonies are worth it.
one word you want people to associate with their bodies.
The word keeps coming up to me, love.
Burnout is really
It's real. Burnout is exhaustion. When you can't get up in the mornings, you can't brush your teeth, you don't want to be around people, that's exhaustion.
Yeah.
That's a major sign.
Yes. Yes. And one last, I'm gonna hit you with this last one, and you gotta do it muy rápido. You can't pause nothing. Healing isn't blank, it's blank.
Healing isn't a necessity or a luxury. You know what it is? It is a must. It is a spiritual being, is a way of life.
Okay, let's clap it up.
Ooh, and this is great to start Women History Month. Love
Yes,
it.
yes.
Love it.
So
I thank you.
you're welcome. So if there is any final parting words that you would share with your patients, your future patients, so that those that are watching this live right now, catch the replay, what would you share with what would Dr. Flora share with them?
Healing is now. Take the opportunity to come see me if you need assistance, virtual assistance. I am here either virtually or in person. I am here from perimenopausal issues, since we're talking about Women's History Month, to depression, to not feeling belong, being bullied. You are heard, you are seen, you are important. And people that represent hate like us
Mhm.
is important as well. Culture is important. And at times you need to see people that look like one another to understand the culture. We are one, yet we need to be understood at times when we represent who we are that look like us.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for the time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for participating in rapid fire. I didn't, that was something, that was an extra.
That
Um,
was fun.
yeah, thank you. So, how can they best contact you if they're looking to connect with you and they love what you have to say and what you have to offer? How would they connect with you? What's the best way?
You can contact me through florahealing.com. My shirt, florahealing.com. Also, you can find me on Instagram, Flora Healing. You can find me on business Facebook on Flora Healing Community. And I'm a call away. And if you need someone as a referral and you want someone in person, I can refer you to another acupuncturist, because this is about community. This is about connection.
Mhm.
And I am here for that. I'm here for it all. And I thank you for the work you do, my sister.
Yes,
You're a
yes.
nurse. You're out there doing your thing. And as we're shining, I'm shining to tell you I thank you, my sister.
Oh,
You know,
thank
us
you.
being a part of the Divine Nine sorority, it's about also community. And we know that you being a Delta, me being an AKA, it's showing that union,
Mhm.
very divine. And I
Yeah.
thank you for having me here, my sister.
And I thank you for always, stepping up to the call whenever there's an opportunity. We support each other, and it's all about collaboration. Because in everything that's going on in this society today, unity, collaboration, and like you said, the best word is love.
Right. It's love. And we got room. We got room to share. So
Yes,
there's so much.
and like Benito said in the Bonito Bowl, right? He said, "Love is more powerful than hate."
Hello.
And
Pa'lante siempre, moving forward forever.
there you
That's
go.
right.
All right. Take care. God bless.
Thank you. Good night,
Good
everyone.
night, everyone.
Peace and
Bye-bye.
love. Thank
Take
you.
care.